So we finally got the tech spoilers for chapter 17, and it seems like it's a setup chapter to some of the biggest plot twists in the story. The chapter is called Child of Beast, with Araya and Yodo on the cover page. While the cover has got these two featured, the title is definitely not referencing at them. And how could that even be, since they are literally a fodder against the present foes? Well, it might be a reference to Daemon, cause the long-awaited tension has finally been released in this chapter. Daemon wants to prove himself as the strongest by defeating Jura. That's right, the moment of truth seems to be just a chapter or two away, as the wielder of Shibai's power will fight the person who was created by his Shinjutsu. Well, the fight would clear a lot of doubts about the power scaling of the story. Are the cells of an Otsutsuki god potent enough to create a warrior who could defeat a full-fledged ten-tails humanoid? Well, the answer is just a matter of time away. So let's move on to the next major reveal from the spoilers. The next one takes place at the final page of the chapter, but just cause it's the most hyped one, I guess it's better to discuss it right away. Kawaki confronts Amado and pins him to a wall, forcing him to remove his limiters. Well, did that remind you of something? Seems like Kawaki is gonna do the same thing as Code just to get his true powers unlocked. We may even get to see him transforming in a similar way after he is exposed to that secret code, which would then awaken his ultimate form. And if you are wondering about the appearance of Kawaki's new transformation, well, just think about his design from the very first chapter. It's not like this design has been cancelled, as assumed by many. We literally got to see Kawaki wearing this outfit in the very first promotional panel for the time skip. So brace up yourselves for chapter 18, where Kawaki would finally enter his limitless form. The next big reveal from the spoilers is the prediction that I made in the last video. While Kakashi didn't make an appearance this time, we shouldn't lose hope since Kodashi has promised his return. So the one vital thing from my predictions which came true was that Jura paid for the books that he bought. Well, maybe we should dig deep into the secret methods of the Shinjus next time that they used to make some money in the shinobi world. Coming on to the next big reveal, it's all about Boruto and Kashin Koji. The prodigy seems to have went back to the hideout, and the things that Kashin Koji revealed to him are really interesting. The biggest reveal being that Boruto shouldn't take a part in the coming fight against Jura, cause the odds for him to lose are almost 100%. Koji even tells Boruto that he can't afford to lose him, so it's better for him to not engage in any fight with Jura for the time being. Well, this strengthens the possibility that Daemon vs Jura is going to happen in the next few chapters, and if Kawaki gets his new form unlocked around the same time, then we could see him joining the fight too. The other intel revealed by Kashin Koji revolves around the fight between Matsuri, Ryu and Team 7. Koji tells that they have successfully divided them, which means everything is going according to his plan. Further, Matsuri seems to blush around Konohamaru, and while he diverts her attention, Sarada and the others went to fight the other Shinju, Ryu. Further, Sarada seems to be concerned about the incident with Sumire from the last chapter, and Mitsuki seems to have taken a notice of it. Well, there is something I had noticed about Sumire and Sarada which could give us a unique angle to their relationship. If you think about it, they both were not that close as friends before the incident with Boruto took place. They were demanded by Aida to be at her place cause she was feeling lonely, but even at this time they were not good friends. The major reason behind their alliance is Boruto and the tragedy that he went through. I believe their bond hasn't developed as friends since the only thing tying them together is Boruto, as both of them want to help him out. They usually come together to confront Aida, and they even discuss various possibilities for what they could do to make things easier for their friend. But in the middle of all this, they don't seem to develop a strong friendship with each other. They are more like rivals at this point rather than true friends, since the thing that ties them together they both secretly wanted for themselves. This is why when Sumire reacted upon Sarada's actions, it was clear that for her, Boruto meant much more than her so-called friendship with Sarada. Remember, she asked her to stop calling her class rep, and this might be the final nail in the coffin for us to understand what goes in Sumire's mind while dealing with Sarada. She seems to now believe that Sarada is selfish and is only with her to grab Boruto for herself, but Sumire had feelings for him for almost forever, and she even made a confession about it to Sarada in the very early days of the story. This means they both were wearing a mask of friendship while dealing with each other, when in reality, the only reason they even talk to each other is Boruto. And as evident in these spoilers, this may be what's bothering Sarada right now. She's now in the middle of the most difficult situation, as on one side she doesn't want to act all selfish by going after Boruto, as it would appear she completely neglected Sumire's feelings, proving her fully right, while on the other hand she cannot lose Boruto or stop caring for him, cause her feelings are not fake. The next part of the spoilers is about an unexpected alliance, the collaboration of the singularities, Kashin Koji and Aida. It seems like Koji is communicating with her through the Toad, asking her to provide some real-time updates on what's going on in the Sand Village. Aida seems to refuse at at first, raising concern that Mamushi would see her, which would make her again go through a horrifying experience. But Koji assures her that he's at the hideout right now, so there is no need for her to worry. Well, this clarifies a few things to us. First of all, only Mamushi has the power to see through the centering gun of Aida, with the other Shinjus mysteriously lacking this feat. This may be because of his instinctual drive to devour Aida, as she was the only person whom he spent most of his life with, back when he was Bug. Further, the alliance of Kashin Koji and Aida seems to be fateful, mainly because they both are now singularities of fate and have this power to change or influence the future. So with the proper coordination, Aida and Koji might be able to avoid the worst possible outcome. On top of that, now that Daemon has made his mind to prove himself against Jura, maybe Koji would provide some insights on whether Daemon should go for it or not. Looking at his warnings from the last chapter, where he warned against provoking Jura, it could be that Daemon has a lesser chance to win against him, but still it would be interesting to see their battle. I'm more interested in knowing whether Koji would stop Daemon or not. Just think about how ironic it would be to hype up this villain just for him to get killed by the hands of a cyborg kid at the end. However, if the opposite happens and Jura somehow ends up victorious, then it would be a major blow to not just Aida, but the whole Leaf Village too. Only because Daemon was the strongest fighter of them all. We also get to see Konohamaru talking with Shikamaru about their plan. Seems like it's about distracting Matsuri, grabbing her soul thorn and then reviving Moegi. If this plan comes true, then it will be confirmed that Kashin Koji's weight on the present timeline as the singularity of fate is huge, and there is actually a chance for him to change the future for the better if everyone follows his directions. Now here is something that seems like a confirmation of a major death, and this time it's not just Konohamaru who's on the blacklist, rather Daemon might be the one to lose his life too. Kashin Koji tells Boruto that he can't afford to lose him only, and you know what that means. Koji is not concerned with who gets killed in the present conflict. He only cares about Boruto and maybe Aida too, since she has been turned into a singularity as well. So if anyone other than the singularities die, Koji is all okay with it, cause they did not possess the power to change their own fate anyway. In other words, the people who would die while fighting the Shinjus would have died either way, assuming Koji wasn't there to help them out. So from his point of view, it's better to protect the people who can bring a better future, instead of those who were regardlessly destined to die. I have already explained the concept of fate magnetism in a previous video, something that these singularities have inherited. The worst future seems like the one where the majority of people would die and sheer destruction would happen everywhere. So if there's a chance to prevent that future by sacrificing a few people, no matter whether it's Daemon or Konohamaru, then it's all okay in the eyes of Koji, as long as they are approaching a better outcome. There was even a spoiler kinda hinting at Matsuri's death, but it wasn't confirmed, so I won't give my take on this. So as for my final opinion on these spoilers, the chapter is definitely going to be text heavy. I'm excited to see what type of conversation Kawaki will have with Amado towards the end of this chapter. The scientist might provide him a deal, likely in the next chapter, maybe asking him to follow his plan of reviving RKB, otherwise he's going to die anyway if the limiters are not lifted. Well, that's one aspect which would keep Amado and his plans relevant to the plot, but if Kawaki applies force and threatens to kill him, then we might get to see him tapping into his full potential without Amado gaining any perks. There is even a possibility for Amado to shut him down right at this point, but looking at how the plot is progressing, I don't think that's how things would end up, judging by this promo panel for the time skip from early 2023. Also, if Daemon ends up dying against Jura, then even Aida won't have much time left, since Mamushi would sooner or later appear to devour her, pushing Konoha into a dark downward spiral. Kawaki, as for now, is being protected by the plot. Jura won't devour him before he deals with Himawari and Boruto, and judging by how things are destined to end up, we can say for sure that a resolve to the Shinju situation will be found, but the decision of Boruto to enlighten Kawaki about his limiters might push the plot into an even greater and much unexpected downward spiral. There are some even greater possibilities that Koji is not considering at this point, like Boruto using the Karma seal to deal with Jura. It hasn't been revealed if he would gain an edge over Jura with the Karma or not. The fear of Momoshiki is preventing Boruto from going all out, and we may have to wait till the flash forward just to witness the true miracles of the Karma and also the fate of Momoshiki. You can find some interesting theories on this topic by clicking on these videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here, and I will see you next time.